Hey, so in this tutorial we are going to go over how you can create a quiz, like a Buzzfeed style quiz, though you could do really any kind of quiz in Adalo. So this is going to be a multi-screen type quiz where each question is on a different screen. And what we want to do is ask some questions and then at the end of the quiz give us a result based on the questions, kind of like which personality are you type thing. So we're going to use a simple one, and one of my favorites is to use a Star Wars example. So we're going to do a Sith versus Jedi type quiz, just a few questions to show how it works. So let's dive in. All right, so we have our starter template and we're gonna just jump in. So when we're creating this quiz, there's a few ways to approach this, but since this is pretty simple, I just want to add results directly to the user collection while they're going through this. So to do that, I need to add some properties where I can track the score as someone goes through this quiz. So I'm going to do that up front. That way we can just start writing to these immediately. These are going to be number fields, and we're going to call these, let's call them Jedi level, and let's call the other one Sith level. Okay, cool. So we've got those in here for our users. What we're going to do now is kind of create this layout so that as they go through the quiz, that score is tallied up so we can see towards the end which one they are. Okay, so for our home screen, we just want a start quiz button. We're going to add that here. Maybe take the quiz is what we want to say. Okay, and let's add some text so we know what this is. Are you a Sith or a Jedi? This is fun. I think I've personally always wanted to make one of these. So, okay, are you a Sith or a Jedi? Take the quiz. I think that looks good. So let's add in a screen. Let's just do a blank screen, and we'll just call this Q1 for question 1. Did my 1 not make it? There we go, Q1. Okay, so we've got question 1. Let's copy this over. And I need to think of some questions here. So let's say, is Mustafar an ideal retirement planet? There we go. I'm gonna actually left align this and shrink it just a little bit. Oh no, I don't like that. I think that works. Okay, and we want some buttons. Let's do full width here. We'll do one says yes. It's no icon. Let's make this a green color, and then let's make a no button. We will make it red. Give these a little more space. And then actually, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to drag these down to the bottom, make them a group, and fix them to the bottom. Let's see, edit styles. There we go, fix them to the bottom. Okay, cool. So we've got one question. Now, what we're going to do is if somebody taps yes, we want to add a point to their Sith score, essentially, because this would put them as for sure a Sith, and if they said no, we would give them a point to their Jedi score. And this is where you can see it can get pretty complex. I mean, you could have multiple answers instead of yes or no. You could do these as the answer is really the telling factor rather than true or false. You could also have more than just 2 categories that you're adding points to. So you can get pretty complex. But for this demo, let's just do yes. We want the click action to, first of all, update the logged in user by adding one to their Sith level. Now, how do we add one? This is pretty cool in Adalo because we can use these magic numbers where we're automatically looking at their current level and then giving a +1 rather than just saying like 1 and having to figure out down the line, you know, like, how many do they have? We're not resetting it every time with a hard number. So instead of just typing 1, which like we know at this point, this would make their Sith level 1 because we're on question 1, I'm going to use this magic button here, and I'm going to get the logged in user Sith level. So I click on that, which we know is 0 right now, but we want to go ahead and grab it. And then when we click on this, oh, no, never mind, I'm sorry. Don't click on that. You can, but it doesn't do anything. So what you would do after that is put a plus, and you see it's green. That's because Adalo's like, hey, that's math, and they can do math, which is cool. And then we'll put 1 here. All right, cool. So what this does is gets the current level, adds 1 to it. So if we're down the line and they're at a 3, it'll turn it into 4. Basic math, but it's really powerful in Adalo getting to use this. Okay, so then for the Jedi level, what I want to do is actually do the same thing, but just do +0. So I want to grab their level, add +0. And I'm doing this because when I copy these over, it's just going to be easier to update them when they're both present. So we're going to click done. Okay, and we then want to link to the next screen. First of all, before we link all of that up, let's just go ahead and make a couple copies of this. So let's do like a 3 question to kind of show this working. These numbers are being a little weird. Oops, Q2. And Q3. Okay, so let's see. What do we want for our next questions? Is Mustafar an ideal retirement planet? Let's do a Jedi-based one. Would you save the younglings? Which, yes, a Jedi for sure would. Let's see. Let's do you like sand? Which is going to be a Sith answer. That's debatable, but yeah, we're going to say it's a Sith answer. So all we need to change here... Oh, you know what? I forgot to set the no action. That's okay. To make this easy, I'm just going to delete the yes and no questions so I can copy those over after I fix the first no. Because right now there's only actions on the yes. We want to update the action on the no as well. So we would update the logged in user to add 1 to their Jedi level, +1. If you haven't seen Star Wars, I feel like that's on you, but I am sorry that this probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. Nope. +0. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to hold Option down. You can use Alt as well and copy these over. Now we know these are set for a yes is a Sith answer, so we'll just leave it as is on this third question, but we need to flip it on the second one, so we can go in and change this to 1, change that to 0, and then change this to 0 and this to 1. And you could weigh these differently too. I'm just using 0s and 1s, but I mean, you could do more points for certain questions if you wanted to develop your quiz that way. It is totally something you can do, and you can add images. I mean, there's a lot of styling you could do as well, but I'm just keeping this pretty simple. Okay, so let's link these together. Let's do link to Q1 here. We'll just do the push on this one. Okay, and then we want to add the actions between these screens. So link to Q2. For these, I'm going to slide left, link Q2, slide left. Okay, then we'll link to Q3, slide left. All right. And then before we link these, we need a result screen. So we need to make 2 of them because obviously there are 2 outcomes here that we're needing to account for. So let's just say Jedi result for the first one. I'm going to add an image on this part. And then we'll copy this text over here. And let's center this as well. Okay, and then we'll just want one more button. Actually, let's add two. Let's do two buttons. Let's say done for one of them. And then let's add a retake quiz button too. In case you're, not happy with your answer. I think we've all done that. Retake the quiz. Okay. Done. Retake quiz. That all looks good. I do want to update the image, but let me first copy this for the Sith result here. Oops. All right. Cool. I think we got it. Let me add the images in now. All right, so there is Obi-Wan, and here is Darth Vader. Perfect. If you've noticed anything yet, it's that I like to add rounded corners. So we'll just do that. All right. I think this works. Now we need to fix these buttons and link this last screen. So we'll first link this last screen. So I'm going to say, let's actually this is going to be easier than what I was about to do. Let's just add an in-between screen. Okay, so let's add another blank screen, call it results pending maybe. Zoom out of here, put that in between these. And then let's say interesting. Sometimes it's fun to have a little fun with what things say. Interesting. And then let's do see result. All right. Yeah, I like that. This will make it a lot easier for the conditional action to one of these screens. So let's go ahead and link this last screen to the results pending screen. Link to results pending. Slide left. All right. Okay. So we need to link this last button to one of these screens depending on the result. So what we can do is add an action that links to Jedi result. And we're going to do slide up on this. And we want to go to show advanced and make this conditional. So we can click sometimes. Now we can say this will only happen if the logged in user's Jedi level is greater than actually, let's do greater than or equal, because I think if you're on the fence, we should just give it to you. Greater than or equal, because we need to account for that. If we have an even set of numbers, in this case we don't, but probably a good practice, then the logged in user's Sith level, okay? So it's only going to this screen if their Jedi level is greater than or equal to their Sith level. I'm going to click done. Now we're going to add another link to the Sith result. And we're going to say, also slide up, that it only happens if the logged in user's Sith level is greater than, where are we at? There we go. Greater than the Jedi level. Okay, so now it should go to one or the other. We've covered all the bases here, and then they'll see the result they need to see based on their score. Okay, so here we can do this. We can keep their results, or we can also reset them. There's a couple ways to go here. I think for the done button, what I'm gonna do is just link back to the home page. We could do like a slide right on that. We'll do the same thing down here. Link, home, and transition will slide right. Okay, and then the retake quiz button, what we wanna do is just, let's go back to Q1 here. So we will, before we link, let's do this. Let's update the logged in user and reset their score so they can retake the quiz accurately. And then let's link back to Q1. We can do a Let's do a slide down on that one. Okay, so same thing, retake quiz will update to 0 on the score. And then we will link to Q1 by sliding down. All right, one more thing, just to cover the bases, if someone said done, went to this home page, and then click take the quiz again, their score is still in there. So we can keep it, but I wanna go ahead and just update them when they hit this and make sure that their scores are set to 0. That way, when they go through, they are starting from a blank slate. Okay, so I think this covers it. Let's hop in and try it out. All right, so let's do quick account. We'll sign up, take the quiz. Let's say yes on this. Let's just answer all 3 Sith. Would you save the younglings? Do you like sand? Yes. Oh, I answered 1 Jedi. Okay, so we can click see result. You are a Sith. Cool, it worked. Let's retake it. Let's say no. Let's say yes. And let's say no. And we got a Jedi. Hey, sweet. Okay, so yeah, this works. Hopefully this was a cool tutorial. So you can make these kind of quizzes for yourself. You could also get a lot more complicated if you want to. You can get into more advanced math too. This is just like a basic example, but it does make, like I was surprised at how fun it was just clicking through that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it.